Hey everyone, it's Peek. Welcome back to the channel today, and welcome back to another Pokemon Unite video. So today, if you saw the title and thumbnail, you'll know that we're actually talking about some data mines, some spoilers for some upcoming content that's going to be coming out in the game. So if you don't want to know about that, or you want to be, pleasantly surprised when you see this stuff, probably click out of the video. But if you want to know this stuff, I'm just letting you know now. That's what we're gonna be talking about today. So without further ado, let me actually just full screen this. So all the information that we're going to be talking about today actually comes from Eclipse, who is the originator of all this information. He's the person who has data mined the game. So all this information is kind of coming from his tweets and stuff like that, and various information posts he's released after. But I'm actually going to be using a Dexerto article who just kind of puts it together in a bit of a nicer format. For you guys, I think, so it'll be a little bit easier for you to kind of follow and read. So that's what we'll be looking at today. But again, shout outs to Eclipse for data mining this. All this information came from the beta test. So none of this actual data is in the game anymore. I think because they probably wanted to take it out before the official release happened. So this sort of thing wouldn't happen. But of course, through the diligence of the community, they discovered some of these things kind of hidden in the beta test client that we played for the Japanese network test. So you can see here a little spoiler alert for things that are coming. So there's a few characters that are pretty much confirmed at this point. Of course, Blastoise will 100% be coming because, of course, the Pokemon Unite official Twitter tweeted that it's coming in general, and it's also on their website that it's coming soon. But no news exactly on what the date is for that yet. However, there are two that are so far unannounced for sure. Actually, three, I believe. And we're just going to talk about those today. So the first one's Blissey, which I'm really excited about, probably more so than any of these, because I really think the moveset is very good. And we'll talk more in depth about this moveset because we were able to get translations on what all the moves that Blissey has are. So I'm going to be going over that a little bit later in the video, but just a quick overview. Blissey's coming. Of course, Blastoise is coming. Sylveon is actually going to be coming, which is very exciting. We don't have too much information on Sylveon or Greedent, who are the final two that were kind of confirmed to be in the game as playable with movesets and everything, but we weren't really able to get translations on their movesets and what exactly Thief, Round, Gyro Ball, Wish, all that stuff, exactly what it does. So we won't know that until probably a little bit closer to when these Pokemon release. Maybe there will be in future updates, and that could be data mined in the future. But for now, this is kind of the limited information that we have. So you'll see Sylveon has Swift, Psyshock as its beginning moves, probably. And then, Hyper Voice, Attract, Drain, and Kiss. And I'm guessing this Fairy Wind thing is its Unite move, because that sounds very Unite move-y. And the same thing for Greedent. You got Thief, Round, Gyro Ball, Wish, Stuffed Cheeks, and I'm thinking maybe Belly Drum is its Unite move, which would actually be so cool if this was maybe a defender and your Unite move just turns you into a full-on attacker with Belly Drum, just raises your attack, skyrockets it. I think it'd be actually really cool. So it's kind of crazy to see Pokemon like Greedent, like Cramorant, like Crustle, in this game. I think it's really cool that they're not just, hitting all of the super huge, very popular Pokemon. I think it's really neat that they're, giving some love to maybe some Pokemon that aren't as popular like Greedent. I personally don't know anyone whose favorite Pokemon is Greedent, but I'm sure Greedent being in this game will make a lot of people fall in love with the character. So I'm really excited about that. And there are also just a few more Pokemon that, we're not really sure if they're going to be playable characters or if they're just kind of wild Pokemon that will be in future maps that may be added in the game later. But so far, this list, you can kind of read it. Nidoking, Venonat, Tauros, Toxicroak, Carnivine, Joltik, Galvantula, H/Toxapex, Stuffle, Pyukumuku, Articuno, Jirachi, Victini, Xerneas. So those are kind of maybe going to be in the game in the future. I will say that Articuno did used to be where Avalugg was in the Shiver City quick play map. So I do not think Articuno will be playable. I think the game files and the models are probably just still in there from way back in the March beta when Articuno was actually the center boss as opposed to the Avalugg like it is now for the Shiver City quick play map. So, but the rest of these I do not really know. I think I maybe remember seeing Joltik and Galvantula in a quick play map in March beta as well. So those probably won't be in there, but again, I can't remember for sure, honestly. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. I think it was rumored that Nidoking was going to be playable at one point, so I would assume that's probably a very solid Pokemon that can make it into this game. But again, like, all this is speculation, of course. All these are just kind of like random text files that were found by data miners, kind of looking into the game files of the actual like game data itself for Pokemon Unite. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. And of course, there's, you know, some future skins that are coming out that they're able to find as well. Really cool Blastoise skin, cool Slowbro skin, very funny Snorlax skin, and some other ones here, of course. So I'll just click this so you guys can all see. Really cool stuff coming out in the future. The Alolan Ninetales skin is really cool, I think, as well. So most of these we've already seen. But some of these, like the Lucario skin and stuff, you guys probably haven't seen, even though they were also back in the beta back in March. So with all that out of the way, of course, Blissey, Sylveon, Greedent, all Pokemon that are coming, very exciting stuff. And we do, thanks to someone who spoke French, I guess, on Reddit. They didn't use Google Translate for this. They're actually like a French speaker, so they had a bit of a better translation than I was able to get from this website that had this information posted. But we can just kind of talk through its abilities, and I think Blissey's honestly going to be a very, very, very strong support. So I'm personally super excited about it. So its ability, a very strong ability. Natural Cure, it removes status effects when you get them, and then it kind of goes on a cooldown, similar to Gardevoir's ability, which is Trace, which inflicts the same status condition that you have on the opponent that inflicted it. So, like, this is just a better version of that, essentially. I mean, I guess it's debatable, but the thing about this is, like, if you get hit with a status effect, like Sleep or something like that from Wigglytuff, you're just gonna shed that, right? And that is really huge in a game like this, where CC is very important. And just being able to get rid of Sleep, being able to get rid of Paralysis, so you don't get slowed down, very, very, just going to be very, very strong. So you're already starting off with a very strong ability on Blissey. And of course, the boosted attack is just going to deal more damage. I'm guessing this is a melee character. No, can't say for sure though. So the first skill you start out with is Pound, deals damage and slows, very basic, obviously what you would expect from a level 1/3 skill. And then the second skill you get is a Heal Pulse, so it's going to be a heal over time. So it's not going to be like Eldegoss's second skill, or sorry, Gossifleur's second skill that you start off with, which is just, you know, a heal, an area of effect heal that just heals your teammates around you. This is actually going to heal over time, so it's going to be a bit less burst healy, and just, you know, obviously it'll take a little bit longer to heal, but I'm guessing as a result this will heal more. So I think this will be very strong early game, and probably just, you know, well, obviously it's early game, you will lose this skill eventually for the second skills, but yeah. So anyway, level 4, you get your first ability. So we're not really sure when Chansey evolves into Blissey, but you do start as Chansey. You do not start as Happiny, because there's really no baby Pokemon in this game, as we've seen with Riolu and Lucario. So anyway, the next move is Egg Bomb. It's an AoE skill shot, meaning like it's a ground targeted skill shot, an area of effect, that's what AoE means. With a knockback, which I'm really excited about, and the upgraded version slows enemies. So very excited to see how that works. Like, I'm imagining you can throw an Egg Bomb and kind of knock people into you if you kind of throw it over an enemy, like you kind of predict their movement and knock them back into you. I think that'd be really good for getting picks early in lane and stuff like that. So that's kind of like your, you know, standard like aggressive supporty skill. And then you got Helping Hand, which I think is just a super good move. That's the other option for your level 4 upgrade. So Helping Hand increases move speed and attack speed of an ally, super great. And when this like boost ends, you boost the attack, or sorry, you boost the just like the basic attacks of the ally. And then the upgraded version makes the boosted auto attacks deal more damage. So obviously this only applies to boosted auto attacks with the upgraded version, but think about like an Aurora Veil Ninetales, you're going to be doing not only more damage with your boosted auto attacks, but since you're in Aurora Veil, every single auto attack is boosted. So there's a lot of great potential with this move. I think most people will probably go Helping Hand, because this just seems almost perfect. Very, very strong support skill on paper. We'll have to see the numbers, of course. We'll have to see how much move speed, how much attack speed, and just kind of see how it feels. But like on paper, this is a super good move. Okay, so for the second skill that you get, you choose between Soft Boiled or Heal Bell. So for Soft Boiled, and of course this is at level 6, I bet you evolve at level 6. I could see that happening. Maybe it's just another level 4, just like Eldegoss though. We'll see. Anyway, so for Soft Boiled, you can have up to 3 casts of this. So think, what's another Pokemon with this ability? Think Mr. Mime's Walls. You know, he can get multiple stacks or multiple uses of the wall that are charging up if you go barrier. Similar to this, you will get more stacks over time. Each one will like be its own separate cooldown. So, you know, obviously if you use all 3 at once, you'll just be working up 1, then 2, then 3 off each cooldown. So really good for like burst healing and also some burst damage, because I believe, let's see, stack them to throw them at your allies to heal them and yourself. Okay, so I guess you can't throw these actually at an enemy. It feels like you would probably be able to, but I guess maybe not. So I guess since it's Soft Boiled, it's probably just a heal skill anyway, because that's a heal skill in the regular games. So it sounds like, yeah, like very good for burst healing. So I think this is going to be really great for team fights. The fact that you can like actually choose where you want to throw them at, and then it heals allies in that area, that's going to be so good for like keeping your entire team alive on in big team fights. This is like, if you've ever played Overwatch, this is sounding exactly like Mercy. Like you're going to be able to choose who you want to heal, and you're going to be able to heal them, you know, quite a lot. But obviously, like with this, it seems like you're going to have to actually aim where you throw your eggs. So I think Blissey's actually going to be a very high skill cap champion. It sounds like, or it's high skill cap Pokemon. I always say that. So anyway, you get an extra stack with the upgraded version. So once you upgrade it to Soft Boiled Plus, you will get 1 more egg that you can hold. So I guess you can hold up to 4 eggs, which again, like for a team fight, the amount of burst heals and just sustain you're going to be able to get through this sounds really good on paper. Of course, again, like we don't know the numbers yet. We don't know how it feels in game, but like this really sounds good. So lastly, you got Heal Bell. And this is the other move that you can choose at level 6. And what this does is it removes CC and becomes CC immune for a short time. And if you... Oh, it's only targeted on an ally. Interesting. But typically this means you can use it on yourself as well. You just have to like tap it to use it on yourself. Otherwise, you'll have to like drag the aiming reticle around to use it on an ally that's nearby you. So I think that's really good. It sounds like you can use it from range, which makes sense since it's a heal bell. But the fact that you can remove crowd control, these are basically just hindrances. If you don't know if you're not familiar with the term crowd control, excuse me, I'm stumbling over my words here. Remove crowd control, become crowd control immune for a short time. This sounds really, really good. So like if you're big carry like a Cinderace or, you know, a Ninetales or something that really wants to do a lot of damage in a team fight is getting crowd controlled, you just use a heal bell on them, and they are not only removed any sort of CC that's you know, affecting them currently, like a freeze or sleep or whatever, but they're going to be immune for a very short time after that. So the upgraded version of that, of course, is going to give that same ally a shield as well, which is just really good. Like, I don't know which is going to be better, Soft Boiled or Heal Bell. They both seem super, super good. It's honestly going to be a really tough call. Both of these moves sound really good. I think probably it's going to be Heal Bell and Helping Hand, because Blissey really just seems like the type of character that is going to excel at making her team excel, right? It's going to just buff your team, movement speed, attack speed, CC immunity, gives them a shield with the upgraded version. Of course, you probably won't get this until like level 13 or 14, which you probably won't get to as much on Blissey, but I guess we'll see what the levels are there. But anyway, super good character. I'm really excited about that. And lastly, for the Unite move, of course, it's they weren't really sure what it was called, but they could only translate it to Bliss Assistance, which I guess is what it was in French. And again, these text files came from like the French version of the game, so they were all in French, so that's why they had to be translated. So for the Unite move, you use this move and you jump towards an ally. You shield them and you boost both their attack and special attack. And not only that, but Blissey actually is going to take some of the damage that's being dealt to that Pokemon. which is why I'm saying, like, I think Heal Bell and Helping Hand are probably going to be the move here, because it's all about empowering your damage dealers, empowering your even tanks. I mean, you could use this on. This is just really going to make sure that whatever character it is you're targeting on your team to help them, to heal them, to use Helping Hand, Heal Bell, and this Unite move on, like, they're going to be doing a lot of damage. They're going to be CC immune, have a lot of attack speed. Like, it sounds really, really good. And you can also use this on an enemy. So it's just going to knock back the enemy if you use it on them. So I'm not actually sure if this also applies when you use it on an enemy, like if Blissey takes some of the damage that are done to ally Pokemon if you use it on an enemy specifically. But if it did, that would actually be super good as well. So it basically allows you to help out teammates that are really close to dying. And of course, Buddy Barrier with this is just going to be absolutely insane. So I don't know. That's about it for the Blissey stuff. I'm really excited about the character. I hope it's out shortly after Blastoise. Of course, we're still waiting to know when Blastoise is coming out, but we do know that it'll be soon. So I'm really excited about Blissey, really excited about Sylveon and Greedent as well, because it sounds like those will be the next characters we're waiting on after Blissey comes out. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. I'm really excited about Blissey. I will definitely be picking it up, and usually I don't play too much of support characters, but this one sounds like a very aggressive support, so that's kind of up my alley. I'm very excited about that. So definitely going to be trying that out when it comes out, and of course, whenever I have more news about when it will be out, what's going on with the different news releases, and just Unite news in general, I'm kind of your guy, your one-stop shop for Unite news, Unite content. So definitely stick around on the channel. Pay attention to my Twitter as well. Follow me there if you haven't already. That's kind of the best way to get instant news updates about the game from me. And of course, I always got a video coming out right as something significant comes out, as soon as I'm able to. So you can always count on that. But anyway, thanks again so much for watching. Appreciate you guys tuning in and just learning about Blissey with me. It's been super fun. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.